Running fans, jumping fans, throwing fans, all around athletics fans. Welcome to Talking in Ovals. How is everybody doing out there on this Monday, March 30th, 2026, episode number 184? Dave, why does it feel like for the first time in a real long time, we could take a breath? This
Yeah.
week was like one of the most uneventful weeks we've had in like 2 years.
Listen, I have changed my perspective on what a good day is these days. Today, for me, a good day was I didn't have to wear gloves at practice. It was a very nice
Beautiful
day.
Yeah.
It was like 75. I mean, it was windy, but it was nice not having to have gloves. I'm like, oh, I don't need a jacket. I don't need gloves. It was a great day.
You learn to appreciate the little
The
things.
small things. Yep.
You know, the one thing that I took note of this week, we obviously had a major 5-year suspension of God, why can't I think of his name right now? I just had it in my brain. The marathoner that won the sub 2 hour guy, he got suspended. And then on top of that, we see Keely Hodgkinson putting her neck out there, going at West Ham
Yes.
really hard because they're not allowing their stadium to be used and they might lose an Olympic bid. It seemed like England was all ready to lock up the Olympic bid for 2030, I think it was.
But
And West Ham is refusing to allow them to use their stadium. So she's flipping out, rightfully so. The fastest
absolutely.
800-meter runner in the world right now in the women. So
She also had the fastest split in the 4x4 at the Worlds too.
yeah, so we got some stuff going on, but it was like the first time that we haven't had like some
World
world
record?
record going down or something like that. So
Or a high
we've
school
been able
kid, running like a 3:41, in the mile.
craziness. So we've been able to take a breath, but we'll heat up very soon. I can promise
Right.
everyone that. So before we jump into all the fun stuff, wherever you are watching from, we appreciate it. As always, like, share, follow, subscribe, whether you're watching on YouTube, X, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, and make sure that you follow us on the socials at the Alex Quest to I don't know what the hell I'm saying. At Talking in Ovals. I'm just plugging myself over here.
I gotta say, partner, I like the pink shirt.
I know. I'm Joey. I've worn it before.
Good, man.
It's honestly, it's crazy. Like my Puma logo where is it? It's fading.
It's behind your beautiful locks,
which are going away soon. To be quite honest, I'm going to donate my hair.
Look at you.
I'm going to donate it. I'm going to go back to the buzz cut. You get the breaking news right here on that.
What a humanitarian, man.
I am. My wife is so tired of my hair. But anyway, so
the real reason comes out. It doesn't like it.
She hated it from the moment I started growing it out. It's been
Which is why you probably grew it.
Oh yeah, just to piss her off. 100%.
Of course.
I'm very in a good relationship, hence why I have to piss my wife off every chance possible.
But if it's only hair, then all good.
Yes. So before we jump into our guest today, we had on the amazing Coach Joe Compagni on last week.
Awesome.
And just we could have talked to him for like 9 hours, and everything that he does for track and field in the state of New Jersey, cross country, and now collegiately spreading out to 4 different conferences as a consultant, race director. Just a ridiculously awesome dude.
Do you know how many times as a coach or as a fan or, or for our show, I've had to text Joe about something and he always has the answer. He always responds. He's just
in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Any Hall of Fame.
He should be.
He should be in every Hall of Fame. Like he should be like in a New Jersey Hall of Fame, Monmouth Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's definitely in the Monmouth. He's just he's an innately good human being.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But that's a good transition here.
Yes,
because we are bringing on 2 more innately good human beings and some people that I'm pumped because the last time we talked to them, they were, I guess, a little more green in the track and field cross country scene in a way. But now I think they are individuals that are going to be staples in New Jersey track and field for a very long time. And if they're not, wherever they go, I will hunt them down and bring them back. But let's bring them in. They are NewJersey.com track and field cross country reporters for the men and the women. It is Corey Annan and Bakari Tice. Corey, Bakari, what's up, guys?
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, guys? Excited to be here.
Same here.
Love having you guys back. I am pumped that you guys wanted to come back, that you had a good enough time last time, and Dave and I didn't scare you away. So we appreciate that. It's always good to have like that, like touch into the media there, because now we get to plug in and see. The one thing I do have to complain about is where's the write-up on the best track and field podcast in the history of man?
We're gonna have to get on that. We're gonna have to get on that.
It could be a future story. Do you never know?
Yeah,
maybe we'll throw it in, late in the season to our content plan.
I think that's actually a great idea.
The only thing that I would want, like I was just joking around about.
I'm not.
accentuate
Still.
that statement. When we have any of the great New Jersey runners, which we do have, if you guys watch something and you want to clip it or take quotes and stuff,
Go for it.
happy. Just say, you don't have to say it's I'm talking in ovals. Just say from the greatest podcast of all time and hyperlink it so people have to click on it and see what it is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, I watch you guys stuff all the time. So,
Same here.
you know, this is if you want to know track and field and you want to learn
It's
more,
the best place for it.
best
Best
place
place
for
to
it,
come.
yeah. Not even just like New Jersey, like as a whole.
As
like,
a whole.
guests you guys bring on is insane.
Thank you.
thank you. We appreciate it. I guess as the kids say nowadays, we know ball.
Yeah.
All right, good. We lost every single kid viewer that we
Yeah.
ever had.
They're
now.
like,
They're all gone. They're gone. We're going to see our
I'm
viewer numbers.
25 and I feel like I'm losing touch with
Yeah.
the next generation.
Gentlemen, it happens fast.
Oh,
I'll tell you that. It happens fast. You are
I'm around
cool one
kids
day
every
and you are
day,
a
and I had
loser the
no
next.
idea,
Like, it happens
Seriously.
fast.
Yeah.
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 You just got to take pride in being a
I mean,
loser.
I came in
That's
this
what it
at
is.
what, 20, 21, 22, and now I'm like 26, about to turn 27. Like,
You know it's
man.
quick when your favorite music artist, like you still think is cool, you still listen to him, and then you mention it to the kids, and they're like, "Who's that?" And you're like, "Oh, oh, what do you mean, who's that?" And it's like in the genre
Yeah.
that they were just talking about.
Yeah.
It's like
I played
they're
my
a legend. How do you not know? Like,
playing my music weight room one time. Like, what the hell is this?
well, you're
Yeah.
playing some very hardcore punk. So it's
I
like
am,
they're
yeah.
not.
That
You're
is
trying to get them to like power
It
lift
wasn't
like
that bad. It was
really fast to like some
Bouncing
punk beat.
Souls. It was chill. You know?
Yeah.
No,
crazy. I think I
chill
like-
is not chill.
I think I was at a meet like just a quick story. I think I was at a meet like maybe like last year, and like I think a kid came up to me. I guess he had known my Instagram and whatnot, and he asked me like we were just talking about like favorite artists, and I mentioned like, oh yeah, big into Jay-Z, big into Nas, and all that stuff, and they're like,
oh, geez.
who? And it was like
Oh, that's crazy.
it was just like crazy. And I'm like, bro, I think I'm only like I'm only 8 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like it's
8 years is an eternity.
yeah.
Well, what's
Feels
funny
like
though
it.
is when this same group of kids will bring up, be like, "Oh, I really like J. Cole. Like J. Cole's new. It's like J. Cole's been around since I was in high school. Like he was
Yeah.
a child prodigy. It's like
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, I mess with J. Cole." It's like, what do you know about J. Cole? Like, get out of here.
You guys
Great.
lost me at Jay-Z. I've
So let's jump into the fun, even though
Go.
we could talk getting old really fast. It happens to us all.
Mhm.
You gentlemen are obviously the stalwart,
We have one-
reporters. Oh,
we
what's
have
up?
one comment quick from
What do we got?
Carl.
I mean,
Hey,
I'm-
Carl, there you go. And listen, I'm old enough to remember when my parents had an 8-track when I was growing up. That thing was a pain in the butt, man.
and don't knock no Barry Manilow, okay?
No,
You
listen,
can listen
man.
to half the
Dude.
Kanye's beats and they come from Barry's, all right? So he
Very
pulls those
smooth, man.
samples. Oh, that's awesome. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Carl.
bringing that too. But yeah, so we'll get into it. You gentlemen are the reporters for New Jersey high school cross country and track and field. And what's beautiful is we have both the men and the women representatives here. So we don't have to kind of ask one. And it's like, well, I don't really cover that, but we got you both.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off, Bakari.
Mhm.
You're going to be the individual we start off with because indoor
Gotcha.
track and field just officially wrapped up about
Mhm.
last week with Adidas
Yeah.
officially ending, which is wild. Obviously, California has been doing outdoor track since November, but here in New Jersey, we just wrapped it up on the national scene. So, first and foremost, what was your overall impression of the New Jersey indoor track and field season?
Whew, geez, that's a big one because it seemed like every single week there was a new record being broken, a new fastest time somewhere set in some event, and it wasn't just the individual stuff; it was the relays. So to see the teams really come together, and I think indoor doesn't necessarily get the credit it deserves because everybody's always focused on basketball and hockey, and everybody waits till the spring to really get to track, right? But a lot of great performances happened this indoor season. There was a lot of memorable performances, and I'm talking about both the boys and the girls. And even if you look at, like I said, the teams, in terms of like Hackensack, look what they did. Look what Deptford did. Breaking title droughts, should I say, that have lasted decades. And I think just yeah. And I think just the storylines that we saw this indoor were just some that you couldn't even make up. They were just amazing. Yeah. And especially that MFCs, man. I mean, when you broke it down to some of the surprises we had there, And then, some of the races we had there, the records that were broken there. I mean, it was just a great season as a whole. And I think indoor needs to start getting paid attention to a little bit more, because I think a lot of great stuff happens that people don't realize by the time the spring rolls around. So
listen, I also really quick want to say something that I don't think is spoken about enough from this past indoor season, and I want to give a huge shout out to all the coaches and to all the athletes. It was miserable. It was cold.
Yo.
There was snow everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't go outside for large chunks of time. So, like we were all trying to find different places. Like another shout out to Coach Joe, our guest last week, for opening up Monmouth University on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock where we could go and work out kids. But I mean, kudos to every coach and every kid, because it was brutal, especially like not every school is equipped with enough. Like I know at my school we have one treadmill, so just trying to figure out how to make everything work, and like so I would go to my high school practice, and then I would go to Monmouth at a 7 p.m. Like we were figuring out anything that we could do. But I don't know if the weather's talked about enough, and and just how fast that these kids ran and how well that these coaches got them ready in such adverse conditions was
100%. I mean, like, I don't know if you guys saw, but Deffer coach Kevin Sherry was actually our coach of the year. But I mean, that award, it was so tough to pick that, because I gave so much props to all the coaches. I mean, pretty much every coach was telling me how they had kids running in hallways and things because they couldn't be outside because of the snow and the stuff like that. I mean, to get the times that we had this season, despite all that, like Dave was saying, I mean, kudos to these coaches, kudos to the programs. I mean, it just shows how far NJ indoor track has come. So, yeah.
So real quick, sequence 24/7 coming in with Bakari Tice. Love that. All right, Corey, how about you? What's your overall just impressions of indoor this year?
Yeah. And I'll point out, sadly, I was covering, sadly I wasn't on the indoor beat, I was doing swimming and whatnot, but obviously following along pretty closely. I was at Media Champs with Bakari.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't get away from track and field and all that stuff. I missed it, especially after doing cross country and whatnot. So honestly, for me, the biggest thing was just like seeing like the amount of like kids who kind of broke out this year. Yeah. Like seeing like a guy like Seven Garcia, who is going to USC, kind of break out. He goes on to New Balance Nationals. All American there.
Run of the year.
Yeah, run of the year for NJ.com indoors. And just seeing kind of like those guys kind of pop off. Even like, a guy like Luke Hannah from CBA, obviously, kind of doing what he did, going sub 9 indoors and all that stuff. Just like phenomenal achievements, like for these guys. And, obviously, you saw the usual people, Paige Shepard, Natalie Dumas, Egypt Boland, these guys, these girls just really did their thing. But it was just cool to kind of see some breakout stars, some new stars kind of come onto the scene a little bit on the track side of things and really kind of, show what they, really can really do. So,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot that happened. And like I said, this is the first week that Dave and I can really catch our breath in terms of what's been going on in track and field, whether it's pros, college, high school, Jersey and stuff. It's just been wild, and seeing some high schoolers doing stuff in the pros. I mean, that's always a between like Cooper, Sam Ruth, can't leave Sam out with what, even though he's not an American, it's what Sam was doing is insane.
Cam Myers is only 19.
Cam is only 19. Quincy's still running friggin' 45. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like,
it's just, I mean, it's crazy too. Like, I mean, even like a runner like, Paige Shepard at this point. I mean, at this point, I think she's a pro at this point.
Yeah.
She was at the USA.
I mean, I was even going to bring that up. For her to compete at that level and to just have the guts to go out there and do it with those, like, that takes tremendous, just, like I said, willpower, because you're running against the
Baker.
Yeah, toe to toe with somebody who you probably looked up to since you were, a little girl.
And after that long season too, like it's not like she was picking and choosing her spots like the pros. Like she was. They obviously are smarter about where they pick because they know the caliber of Paige, but she's still running a much more high octane schedule than a lot of those women there. So yeah, there was a lot going on. So Corey, I'm going to kick it back to you.
Yeah.
What was your biggest surprise of the year? Did you have
I
did
got-
you have a result that you saw? I know you were more covering swim, but like you said, you can't get away. It's a drug.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
probably just clicking on results all the time around
Oh
the
yeah,
state.
refresh.
What was your, or probably texting Bakari too? Like, wait, are you
Yeah.
there? What happened? Like, or
Yeah.
Bakari's texting you, like, I just saw this.
Yeah. Oh no,
What
all
was
the
your
time. I
biggest
would send them
surprise?
links constantly. I'm
Yeah.
at swim meet. I'm at like I'm not even covering like media, like swim meet champion. I'm just sending them links about
Yeah.
what's going on indoors and all that stuff.
Oh, man.
Sorry,
Hey,
swimmers.
yeah. Well, listen, I love swimming. Love Jersey swimming, by the way. But
He has to say
yeah,
that.
track and field obviously is my. Sorry, my voice cracked there, but my first love.
He's so emotional about it.
Well, he's thinking he's like, this
no,
jerk Alex just put me on the spot with the swimming community.
I ain't coming on again.
They know that I love them, and they know that, like, obviously, swimming and track,
Sure.
two fourth. I'm grateful to cover.
Well, there's no swimming equivalent to talking in ovals. Where's like the the lane talk or something like that? Like, we need something.
No, yeah,
But-
I say, maybe I could be the person to start that.
You should think of something
Yeah.
dumb and catchy like I did. Like,
Speaking
take a pun and
in
make it
the
idiotic.
lanes, right? Speaking in lanes or something like that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
something like that. Like, keep it
Yeah.
in
But
the
look,
lane.
I don't want to rip you guys off though. If I'm ripping you guys off, it's like
Listen,
true.
if you could do it
Who are
better,
we?
rip us off, man. Like, who are we?
pretty
So, Corey,
good
what was your
podcast,
biggest
man. I
surprise?
don't want to copyright you guys essentially, but hey, if it is an idea, so I'll definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, just going back to the track stuff and everything. Honestly, Union Catholics 4x8 like being as good as like listen, I knew they were bringing back Keandre Kelly. He obviously won spring outdoors. In the 800 and all that
You're
stuff.
talking about the boys' side.
The boys' side.
Yeah. Either one would have been right.
The answer is yes,
Yes.
when it comes to USD. You mean UC?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. It's hard because like on the girl side, like it's. I mean, I guess we can say. I mean, obviously, CBC Ani Wynn did. It's not shocking to see that she kind of passed. Sydney McLaughlin's record for media champions titles and everything, and then kind of seeing Paige Shepard, obviously U.S. all-time number one. I mean, I guess that it was probably a shock to see her do that at media champions. I mean,
which I do want to say real quick. Siani Wynn did say on this show that it was her goal to eclipse Sydney McLaughlin as the greatest sprinter in the state's history, and I am happy to say she did it. I think that there's yet to be seen. If you just take high school careers, she still has outdoor. If you just take high school careers, she has an argument, right? She has to break some of the records time wise, not just championship wise. She's got to get a record or two time wise, but. I mean,
she has 200 indoors, but she got to do it. I think she can do it outdoors too.
Oh yeah,
I think she can do it outdoors too.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Corey. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I mean, we got Siani Wynn. Just how special she was this year. No surprise. I think the Paige Shepard performance, though. I think the U.S. all-time number one as a junior. At Ocean Breeze. I mean, it's hard to be surprised with what Paige Shepard does, but I think that was just shocking. U.S. all-time in the 1600, like.
It's ridiculous.
Just insane. Like just an incredible work. I mean, like 435. It's like it's just truly
He's speechless.
Yeah, it was just speechless.
Here's
honestly.
a question for you guys. Because not part of the NJSAA, do we sometimes forget what Blair did?
See, I want to say
on
I want to say
nine.
yes.
What she won 9:44? Was that a full 2 mile?
Yeah.
So that's like a 9.
I mean, no. See,
that's
and it's
9:41. It's crazy.
It's tough
craziness.
because
It's crazy.
I wish we and I say it all the time, we have our thing with NJ.com where we cover more NJSIA, and I don't know how it works and everything and the ins and outs, but in terms of rankings, it stinks. It really does that we can't add those kids because it's we're mainly really here talking about Blair because there would be a lot of rankings where she would probably be number one, if not number two. And
she'd be number one. There's
exactly.
There's no doubt. It's just she's incredible.
It's just I feel sometimes for even me and Corey have a great relationship with our coach
Duncan
was
on our show.
Yep.
And I feel bad sometimes because he has this unbelievable athlete, and I feel like we don't cover her enough. And
Yeah.
I
As
feel
much,
like
you know
it's tough.
NJSIAA should have an exception system
Yeah,
where if you're Coach Duncan,
I
you
totally
should be able to
agree.
at least file and they can review it. And if your athlete legitimately has the caliber, not just a one-off race,
Yeah,
right? But like what Blair has been doing, we are being robbed of some of the
yeah,
races in the best
yeah.
races in the state, putting her against Leah Starkey, letting her line up against Paige,
Yeah, I mean,
like, and even Allie Lee, like Allie's throwing her
Yeah.
name in there. Like, could you imagine at nationals just watching her and Leah go to
Oh,
war? Like,
Yeah.
my God, that would have been so
that would
many.
have been amazing. And
Well,
I
Shout
mean,
out to
luckily,
Leah for
it's like
getting that
we
national
only get to
title.
see
Like,
it.
especially being in, she was injured what majority of the indoor season, and that
Yeah,
that
we got
was
Leo
another
she
thing
did
I
a
Holdman
wanted
good
to
job.
talk about.
Nike.
I was at Nike
Yeah.
Nationals, and I mean, she put on a clinic, Leah. I mean,
Yeah.
and that was a full 2 mile too. So
Yeah,
now, I mean, we're talking like a 9:45. It's like she looked so poised,
Yeah.
so
And she had an
relaxed. Like
extra gear. Like
I was
she
literally
won that in a
watching it
kick.
right. Like I was standing right next to Coach Lynch. I'm like, Coach, like this is unbelievable. Like I
yeah.
mean, like, and
She's
there was
done.
great caliber in that race. It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
And
fact that we have like
job
2
too.
girls who
Sure.
broke 950 indoors is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
And Paige didn't run it. Although she
Right.
would have too.
She
Like
would
if
have
Paige
too,
would have ran a straight up
exactly.
2 miles, you would have had her
And
in
then
that sub 950
Yeah,
range.
then you
exactly.
have Allison Lee running like a 10:07, which is so fast.
That
Yeah.
used to put you top 5 in the nation about like 5-6 years ago. Like it's
Yeah.
insane.
There's really is trackflation going
The
on,
growth,
especially
this is just
I'm
crazy.
seeing, especially, I mean, I'm really on the girls' side now. I feel like the standards, and I think again, it's really just the technology, the training getting better.
Yeah,
I think people are like learning that, like, we can push these athletes like way more sooner than we can, than previously thought, and all that stuff. Like these athletes can go for sub 440 now, like in high school. That's not like a thing in college now. Now it's like you see girls going sub sub 10 now, in the 32. It's like
Crazy.
we're seeing these things
Yeah.
happen. It's not impossible anymore. Where like maybe like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was like an anomaly. Like,
yeah,
it's like
We had Dr. Bill Evans on the show a few weeks ago, and he
Mhm.
was really saying though that we're going to see a plateau. He agreed we're going to see a plateau at some point because there's always those ebbs and flows.
And
But I'm
he
excited. He broke down a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, like,
If you're a science nerd in the track and field area, you have to go back and listen. It was episode 181. It was a few
yeah,
weeks
and
ago.
he also said, like there's a lot of kids and people using bicarb.
yeah.
There's a lot of
Too
people
many.
using bicarb.
So, Bakari, what was your big surprise of the indoor season?
My big surprise of the indoor season, I would have to say, and I mean it's crazy because we were just talking about it, but I would have to say Hackensack. I would have to say Hackensack and what they did as a team overall. I mean, sectional title. I figured they were gonna go get a sectional title with the strength they had. 7. He can run. The 4, the 8, score on that 4x4. Their 4x4 was top two in the state, and one of the best in the country as well. So I knew they were going to be able to score there, but I think what Mike McGinnity did in the distance was really underrated. I didn't see him coming out and getting 2 state titles in the distance, and so that was huge. That was huge, and I say it all the time. Like I'm a Bergen County guy, so I know a lot about the Bergen County coaches and things like that, and Jim Levitsky is a legend, and what he's able to do, what he was able to do with this team, and not even just this team in general, but what he's been able to do with the program is just it's amazing. So it was really cool to see. Like I said, being from Bergen County, it was really cool to see them get that done, and it was something that like I said, I saw the sectional title. I didn't see the state title. I thought it was like that Group 4 title was wide open this year.
It was.
And seeing them come out on top was cool. It was cool.
And the Group 4 title is that is, and I'm not knocking any of the other groups. I'm coming from a kid that was Group 2, Group 3 in Manchester, depending on the year.
Yeah.
But that Group 4 title, I will say most years, that is the state champion.
Yeah.
Like most years, because that is, the Group 4 is it's a group of death every single year. It is we always talk about that in soccer, the World Cup coming up. What's a group of death? Every year, whether it's track or XC, indoor, outdoor,
Always
Group 4 is a group of
Group 4 not public A. Like
it's so difficult to get out of there. So Bakari, I'm going to keep it with you. Do you have a favorite breakout athlete, whether it's in the sprints, distance, field side? that you covered that going into this year, obviously you do your homework on the best in the state and things like that. And there's a lot to do homework on that side.
Yeah.
But do you have an athlete that you maybe weren't expecting and boom, here they are winning races, meet a champions, either champion, competitor, blah, blah, blah. What do you got?
I actually have two. And I'm going to start with the first one because he got it done. But I got to go with Mason Henry of Deptford and the pole vaulter.
Yeah.
And what he did in the pole vault this season, I mean, we've had guys reach 16 and stuff like that. But what really impressed me, I mean, he finished the season with a 15.6 PR. That's still, that's incredible. But what really made it so amazing was he improved his PR by over 2 feet this season. You don't see that in the pole vault. It's such a technical event.
Good on him. Good on his coaches. I know a bunch of the pole vaulters. They obviously you see a lot of springing up like the little pole vault barns that are coming around the state and stuff like that.
All over the place.
So shout out to all those individuals as well because they work really hard.
They work really hard.
It's not necessarily a forgotten event, but it's a really hard event to coach if you haven't done it and you're not,
especially wintertime. If you don't have one of those barns, it's
So shout out to everyone involved because it takes a lot of hard work, grind, and again, just being so meticulous about trying to. It's like playing golf. Like I picture like the field events are exactly like golf. You hit that one sweet spot and you always try to find it. And it's all about finding it over and over. And it's like not all of us can be Mondo Duplantis and just have friggin' will. So who's number two? Who's your
number two? And it's a shame because I'm gonna go with North Brunswick's Tyler O'Garo, and it's a shame he got hurt because he actually got hurt, right before the postseason. But I mean, 7 feet in the high jump. I mean, I don't even know what else to say other than that. I mean, I didn't think I haven't seen that in my career covering track. I have not seen anybody hit 7 feet.
What's that like in person to watch somebody go backwards over 7 feet?
That's insane. I didn't think he was gonna do it. That's the crazy thing. I looked at the bar and I'm like, okay, he just did hit, I think 6'9", I want to say, and then he jumped up. I could be wrong on that, but I literally
have him go jump over Carl Anthony Towns. Like imagine that. We should have a bunch of NBA players standing still and have some of our people just jump over them.
Put him like this. Put Carl Anthony Towns sideways and like watch him like vault. Like come on, like that's just insane. I can't even think about doing something like that and just like I said, it hasn't been done. I don't think it's been done in New Jersey since 2016. It hasn't been done indoors since like 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a feat. And at that moment, and shout out to his teammate, Annan Hall. I mean, he had an incredible season. And to do what he did at Meet of Champs and to get it on like the last jump in an environment where, he hyped the crowd up. It was amazing to see him get it on that last jump. But
I was on that team, watching those two working out together. Like,
North Brunswick.
How awesome is that?
That North Brunswick team is just shout out to Coach Swan Grimes. I mean, he has those boys just doing their thing, and they've been doing their thing the past 2 or 3 years. So shout out to them. But I at that moment thought, like when I saw that, I'm like, okay, Meet of Champs, like let's wash our hands. We've got it because nobody's done that in that long. But it's a shame that he got hurt, and I was really, really looking forward to that battle that was going to ensue during the postseason. But I'm sure he's getting ready for outdoor, and look, that's something to watch. Oh yeah, that's something to watch outdoor, man. Like if he does that outdoor too, then that's going to be an even crazier story. So I was really stoked to see that.
So real quick, Dave and Corey, before we go to you, Bakari, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take your left hand real quick and just slide that helmet out of screen. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a Jets fan, so it hurts me. Okay.
Hey, look what happened in the Super Bowl.
I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Watch the Super Bowl. At least look what happened in the Super Bowl.
I don't want to hear about it. No, look what
that.
happened.
So
You made
don't-
me quiet. I haven't even sniffed the Super Bowl since Broadway Joe, and I wasn't even alive. I don't want to hear a have fan talk to the have-nots. Get on out of here. So, Dave, go ahead.
No, well,
If anything, I should be more mad because I'm a Bills fan.
Oh no, you guys,
We got
you
the
guys are
AFC
just good
East
enough
in
to be
here.
great, but never anything else. Like you got the curse. So, Dave, go ahead. What were you
I
going
was
to
just
say?
saying, like, what did you guys make of the boys 1600 at Mid Champs? To me, I was just
Oh.
fast. I was just
Johnny.
fascinated.
So
I've been
actually,
waiting to
I
talk
covered that
about
race.
this
I can
one.
tell you a little bit about my thoughts.
I was just fascinated because,
Right.
like, the Cedar Heat
You got it,
knew
Corey.
what was out there. Like, they knew time, and they still allowed
They
themselves to go
deserve
out
to
and
not
like
win.
So
212.
yeah, it's hard.
It's as
I think
simple as
because, and even like a lot. First of all, congratulations to Elijah McCoy.
Absolutely.
Normally, he's normally 800 guy, but Coach McCabe had him go up to the.
He had in 205 or 204. Like he said, I'm in the unseated Heat.
Yeah,
He did exactly what he had to do. He put out at times like, come and get it. Now. The guys in that seated Heat certainly have the talent to run faster than that. It was just a matter of they just let it go out. To me, you can't go out in 212 when you got to run 415.
You need to go out like a little bit like several seconds faster than that.
Yeah, I mean they made it close and kicked, but
I don't know, but see that's the thing. And even the kick,
time.
it felt like the kick came a little late, even at that too. And I was like,
yeah,
that's a championship race.
That's a championship race.
But they go that way.
Well, and somebody told me this. They were like, oh well, like if it was all one big heat and they had cut down the number of like qualifiers for media champions, like it could have been a different story. Maybe it could have been a different winner, but at the end of the day, I don't think
that's the way that it was. But like everybody knew going in that this is how it was.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's gonna be 2 heats. Like that's just how
that's how track
based on
is.
The wild cards based on the automatic qualifiers based on the group meet. That's how it is. And
exactly.
I think that's listen. I don't think you should take anything away from what Elijah McCoy did. I mean, to him, I think he had like a finger 14 seconds of PR from literally last spring to outdoor. Like that's insane. Like that's
he went for it and he won.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and he's 800. He's mainly 800 guy. I mean, he was on the leg that for Union Catholic and New Balance Nationals that broke the national.
That was one of the greatest races that I've ever. Like, there was not more than like half of a second separation that whole floor ride. It was like there was phones to each other.
That was crazy.
Bronson, you check that out, was crazy.
So Corey, we're gonna stick with you. What was your favorite moment of indoor that either you got to experience over at Meet of Champions or that you got to see like maybe later in a clip? But what was your favorite moment?
Somewhere probably at a swim meet, right?
Oh man, there's just so many. Honestly, I'll probably just like my one is I probably would say Paige, but I think if there was another answer I had to give, I think just seeing Siani win, just kind of getting those two golds, man, the 55 and the 200, man, like that was just special to see, and just like the applause she got from the crowd, and the admiration that she got, like I was just really cool to see. I think it's so rare you get like a not only, again, I've interviewed Siani in the past, and Bakari, I did a big story on Siani that he'll probably talk about later. She's just such a great human being, very humble, very down to earth, and the fact that like she got that moment, that standing ovation in front of, it was probably say at least a couple thousand fans that were in total, like all the athletes were clapping. Just it was good. It was a special moment, and it's rare that we're going to see an athlete as good as Siani come through, and I'm glad that she kind of got that moment in front of a crowd like that, and as Ocean Breeze too. It was, it wasn't at the bubble or anything. It was
but how much does it suck that we have to see one of our greatest New Jersey athletes of all time set a friggin' record in New York? Like, I'm in New York right now. I went to Marist College up here in New York, but man, it is a travesty that we don't have a good enough facility in the state of New Jersey that we can have the greatest female championship-wise of all time. But with the greatest female, listen, Siani wins the greatest female champion in the history of the sport.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
We didn't get to see her break it.
Even when she broke her 200 state record, she did it at the Art Center in Philly.
And it's embarrassing that there isn't an option.
I'm grateful that it's at Ocean Breeze. The only problem is that we should have an Ocean Breeze in New Jersey.
100%.
Yeah.
It's gotten to I think indoor track has grown to the point where it's like we definitely should. You know,
Right.
there's
The bubble's great, but we need something that's banked. We just need something that's a little for the amount of talent and the caliber of athlete that we have here in the state. We need something that's just fast.
And also too,
Listen,
like if you build a world class like a world class facility, kind of how like Ocean Breeze is, you
Mhm.
make it fit at least like 3K fans.
You'll make money.
You'll make money.
Yeah.
You can
100%.
maybe you can have professional
Dave,
track
we have a
facility.
new jihad on this show because I feel like we at the beginning of the show did a really good job of calling out the NJSIAA over the Meet a Champion stuff, and I think we had some impact on all the coaches and former Meet a Champions people coming on and talking about the importance of it. I think we did it the right way, where we kind of told them the importance.
Mhm.
Now we just have to go and be a bully to the whole state of friggin' New Jersey and just say someone, because we got some rich areas that can absolutely afford it with space, and we love animals on the show.
You see,
but
like
that we can absolutely afford it with space.
bro. I'm so sorry.
You're
Oh,
not
we're at
listen,
it.
cats
Don't
are
worry
always
about
welcome on the show.
This is my cat, Louie.
What up, Louie? That's the fun part of having a live show. We got cats.
Later,
hanging out.
Louie.
Yeah.
Louis
All right,
like,
bro.
what are we doing? Dad,
All
what are
right.
you doing? Get away from stop
All
talking
right.
to them, talk to me. But we need to start bullying anyone
All
in the
right.
state of New Jersey.
Straight up.
And if New Jersey is about to give a grant or something, because the bottom line is they will make whatever it is they'd have to spend. Ocean Breeze was like probably $5-10 million to build. It's expensive, right?
Yeah.
They will make it back in 2 years because the events you can hold there in New Jersey, everyone everywhere in the state of New Jersey will flock to go and compete in a world-class indoor track.
Did you see how many
facility.
people were at the USA Indoor Championships?
Oh, it was huge. It was huge. It was packed.
But just back in Princeton, in the days when we used to run every friggin' state meet at Princeton, it was packed. It sucked because there was nothing good about that gymnasium. You couldn't see anything from the friggin' stands all the way back there. The track was flat. You couldn't wear spikes. It was like, give us a world-class facility. So the next time, in 2 years, we should have one, because I want to see Leah Starkey setting a national record over in a New Jersey facility. What are we doing in New Jersey?
To go to to go to Staten Island, it's
Coach wants to know what happened to Louis' tail.
He's like he's a tabby and Manx cat mix. So he was actually born without it. So yeah, it's crazy. But I got him from a shelter over in Closter, and I saw him and I was like, oh, this little tailless cat, I want him.
That's why
This portion of the show is paw talk.
Yeah.
That's why Carl is one of the winningest coaches in history, because that was a very, very observant thing. I didn't even notice that at all. Shout out to you, Carl.
So, how about you, Bakari? What was your favorite moment of the indoor season?
So, not to copy Corey's answer completely, but
Boo.
I'm gonna have to go with just seeing Siani break that record. I mean, like he also said, that was I did a feature story on her journey of her basically from the time she started running track up until now, and in preparation of her breaking this record. So I got to really find out a lot about Siani the person and her parents.
We're a professional podcast.
Oh yeah. So but yeah, that was actually, it was huge for me. It was my first time really doing a story of that type of magnitude, and really getting to sit down and talk with her dad, Eric, and
awesome dad too. Like when we had her on the show,
he's amazing. Just amazing guy. Such an amazing guy.
It's always amazing too, because whenever we have the amazing athletes on, and the high schoolers are so incredibly poised, but then when we get the chance, if we get the chance for their parents to chime in, you can just understand exactly where it comes from, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can see why these individuals are the way they are, who they are. And, most of them will give props to their parents, but it's always just nice to see just where it comes from. And
of course. You could tell. And that's like, just talking with him, I was like, okay, I can see why she is the way she is. And, not just her, her brother Premier, their relationship is
Premier's
amazing.
a really good athlete.
He
fantastic.
I was telling him, I was like, look, I could have done this on him too. Like, he's that good. And you have two kids that are just phenomenal, not just phenomenal track athletes and people. I started covering Siani. She was one of the first people I actually covered, and just watching her grow as I've grown in the sport too. she's a phenomenal person more than the athlete. And
Absolutely.
I see that she gets it from her parents. She gets it from her brother. And you could see she was just raised the right way. And her success and what she's doing now is just kudos to that. And, I had a long conversation with her dad at the Meet of Champs. And, just to see that the admiration that he had with me for doing this story. And, I was telling him how this was like one of my first big things that I've done in my career. And he said, look, we're tied now, man. Like, and I was just thinking how dope that was. So,
Bakari, did you get, because when we talked to her on the
mhm,
show, I mentioned that she has such a humble, quiet, but
mhm,
fierce confidence about
yeah,
her. Did you get that when you were talking to her and sitting down? Because like
Yeah.
she was
yeah,
humble, she was, not really boisterous, but there was just that competitiveness, that fierceness, that quietness that,
yeah,
not to hype her up too much, but Dave, you could probably attest to this. I have only seen on the show from some of our former Olympic gold medalists,
mhm,
some of our former national
Yeah.
champions and like major events. Like I've said
mhm,
before, when we talked to Dave Waddle on the show, he sounded like he can go out there right now and go win a race. Like he just sounded like he can get out there total line.
yeah,
He believes he can
Confidence.
go and just run a 335 right now, no problem.
mhm,
Like he has that quiet confidence to him.
yeah,
And Siani had that. And
yeah,
it's not in every, you can have state champions and stuff, but not all of them have that. She
yeah.
has that next level confidence, but
Sure.
humbleness about her. Did you get that same sense?
100%. And the funny thing is, and I mentioned it in the story, like she still gets nervous before races. She still gets the butterflies like any athlete would. And
Contrary to
you know,
popular belief, she's human.
Ex- exactly. And the one thing that her coach Clinton Tabb told me was that despite all of that, when it comes down to it, the pressure doesn't phase her, and she doesn't think about the time, she doesn't think about the records, she thinks about what's in front of her and that finish line, 155 meter, whatever it may be, ahead of her. And like you said, that's a confidence that when you don't have to speak about it and you just know in your head, lock in, well, no matter what I'm feeling, lock in and you'll go get it. Few athletes that I've personally seen have that, and that's what makes her so great. She doesn't let anything phase her, even if she might be feeling, like you said, human. Like she doesn't let it phase her, and you can never, looking at her on that line, you would never be able to tell that at all, because she's so locked in and so focused on her goals and what's ahead of her that she's going to get it done.
And
So
the thing with Siani too that's so nice is you get so many of these athletes, they have good beginnings
mhm,
and they still finish off well, but it's like, okay, what could have been? Siani's leaving no doubt. There is no
yeah,
what could have
yeah,
been with Siani win. Like she
mhm,
is just closing the door on everything and finishing chapters. And
yeah,
I'm pumped for outdoor.
oh
I
yeah,
think that we have
stoked.
yet to see what she's capable of.
Mhm.
Uh, and it's going to be great to see like the world is at her feet. Every
Mhm,
single school is going to be like, okay, you're going to become the highest paid NIL athlete in track and field history because who doesn't want that top sprinter in the country, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's they all get the red carpet. So Corey, I'm going to switch to you because
Mhm.
obviously you didn't get the chance to really write those articles for this. You're going to be doing it in outdoor,
Yeah.
but is there an athlete or a team that if you had the chance to sit there and you can call them up right now and be like, hey, I want to write an article on you. Is there a certain athlete or team right now that you would want to talk to and to write kind of a similar thing to what Bakari did, like an expose or a real sit down and pick their brain?
Yeah, and honestly, and this is something that I either will do either this year, this spring or in the fall. But Union Catholic, cross country. We were in like a huge story on Christian Brothers cross country. Actually, pretty much a kind of a rise to fame, like what they kind of did to build the program up to where it is now, and like kind of like almost like learning their science behind it, because
Mm-hmm.
CBA, they have a science behind really kind of, and they've really nailed it down with kind of getting kids from maybe who don't have like a lot of experience with
mhm,
distance running or any experience with distance running at all, and kind of building them to be like just some of the best distributors in the country that go on to compete to college and even pro level.
Shout out to Coach McCafferty and Coach Torchia with that one.
Yeah, they've built a fantastic program.
Coach Torchia has been eluding us coming on the show. We've had Coach McCafferty on a few times. Coach Torchia is one of our most prolific commenters, but refuses to come on the
show. Yeah, but for me, it'd be Union Catholic. I mean, what Coach McCabe has done since he's been on there, I think it's been about at least almost 2 decades at this point. Again, the first decade he's there, it's like, obviously he gets Cindy McLaughlin kind of, in 20, mid 20,
and her brother. We can't discount that he had her brother there.
Don't forget about Taylor.
Can't forget about Taylor. And it's like, it's unfortunate, right? Because we just talked about Siani with Premier. It's a very similar situation where the brothers are still ridiculously good runners and athletes and everything in their own right. And it's like, it's hard
little sister though.
But it's like here's the thing. I know that they're pumped for their sisters and everything, but at the same time, there's got to be a part going like, what about me? So I'm calling it right now. Yeah, Amir Taylor, let's go. We want to show with you guys. Come on, talking to Nobles. Let's do it.
The funny thing is, Premier told me, he's like, when he was like at Penn South and Siani was just starting, he's like, yeah, I had people tell me like, your sister's, she's gonna be better than you, and he's like, she already is, man. Like, he's her biggest fan though. He's literally her biggest fan, and that their bond is honestly unlike any brother sister bond I've seen. Like, they really are like tied at the hip, and that's awesome.
With Josephus Lyles and Noah, like, how could you sit there? Imagine being their mom and dad, and it's like, I got not one but 2 kids that can run sub 20. Like, what about you? Like, could you imagine that? Like, what a ridiculous and like for Noah to sit there and be like to his brother, like, haha, you're slow. It's like, wait a minute, I just ran a 19.9. Sorry, I can't run a 19.4, you jerk. Like, come on. Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no. So Union Catholic would definitely be something that I do probably a big story and kind of really like on their rise to kind of to where they are now, because they're going to be going after a national title. I mean, they'll go after probably multiple national titles individually in track and field, but then also like the cross country trails, they'll be going after at XR, kind of being the first New Jersey team to try to, on the girls' side at least, to win a national title. So that's something that I'm definitely kind of, I think we'll definitely be working on kind of throughout, especially as the season develops and then going to cross country and whatnot. But I have a couple other stories kind of under my sleeve right now that, I want to kind of keep hidden for now because they're big stories. And, I kind of found them out kind of as I was kind of getting back into track and field and whatnot. But I think
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. He knows Bakari what I'm talking about.
We're not going to get any premieres and exclusives on Talking and Nobles holding out on us. I guess I got to expect that from some media guys and the other, just keeping it away from the other media competitors.
Let's just I'll give it a hint. It's a very notable name in like in the distance world.
Mm-hmm. I'll take the little hint. So, Bakari, what about you? You did your write-up on Siani Win. What are we seeing in the future in terms of, is there anyone that you are pinpointing or that you haven't talked to yet that you want to target and maybe do something on them?
So, again, I have 2, but I'm going to start with one. I'll keep it here in the sprints. St. Peter's Preps, Javon Legister. I think, sophomore sensation. I mean, what he's already done in his first 2 years, I mean, look, I'm not saying Siani Win, but he's a very, very like incredible young talent that I think has the chance to break a lot of records in the future. I mean, he already has the sophomore records indoor in the 200 and the 55, and I think the 62, I believe. So, I mean, he's doing incredible things, and there's another familial connection there with Fitzroy, his brother, who I believe he plays football at Rutgers. And
I think he does. Yep.
And funny thing with that too, Fitzroy was also one of the first people I covered in my high school track career. Actually, was the first person I covered which story got printed. So I actually have that newspaper. It was in, I think, the Hudson County Journal, I believe. So that was actually a story that I'm interested in doing. And I've always had a really good relationship with the St. Peter's Preps coach, Russell Jenkins. So I think it's time that, that Javon gets a little bit more shine, and like I said, he's a sophomore. He has a ton of time to grow even more. So I think getting him, talking to him and getting a story on him would be dope, especially with the familial connection with his brother. And then the other one would be West Side's Malik Muhammad. I think he's one of the best all around jumpers in the state. I mean, between the long jump and the triple and the high, I mean, it's insane. And I've actually talked to him before, and he's a very quiet kid. So I kind of want to get his story and break him out that shell a little bit and get him to, talk about just his career as a whole, his journey. And, West Side's a school, I feel like, that they have a lot of good kids other than just Malik. And, there's a ton of schools in Newark, so a lot of them might get overshadowed. But Malik is a crazy talent in the jumping world as a whole. So I think I want to do a story on him, and that would be really cool. So yeah, those are the two.
Reference, that kid goes 6'10" in the high jump, like 48 in the triple, and then like 23, 24 in the long jump.
Wow. Yeah, 24.
Yeah. No, he is a unicorn.
He finished top 3. He finished top 3 in each event at the Meet of Champs last year, outdoors.
Yeah, he's a unicorn.
He's
easiest way to put it is he's a unicorn.
And he's a junior, so he has another year after this one. So yeah.
So real quick, we got a few comments. Sequence 24/7 saying Lou Walt. And then we have Coach Fortier coming back saying non-public A sprints are crazy good, and they are. Yes. Absolutely. You can't discount the non-public A.
Yeah. I can't forget about Bergen in there either. I mean, the Woodward twins. I mean,
they had a great indoor season.
Yeah, they really did.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so
I have a yearly article idea for you guys to have some fun with.
Mm-hmm.
You guys should reach out, scowl what the runners in college from Jersey have done, and kind of try and reach out to them and kind of do like a what are they up to now yearly for like some of the people that are doing some great stuff from Jersey out in the college scene.
Running. Alex, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's something that I've actually been trying to do a little bit more of.
Great minds think alike.
Because Marco Langen, I'm sure you've heard of him. I would say at this point he is the public face of I guess like
the Jersey Shore.
Yeah. if you have heard his interviews on Flow Sports,
they're the best. They're the best.
On like Stride Report or any of the major running publications that cover college, like he's very braggadocious, and
I can't wait to put an explicit tag when we have him on this show. Like, I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I will put out a warning like, hey, if your kids watch this show, maybe not from Marco.
Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't know he's from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. How could you not tell he's from New Jersey? Hold on. How do they not know? Like, who else talks
just
like
listen
that
to
but
him
Jersey boy?
Listen to him talk. Like
former Meet of Champions winner cross country, multiple time state champion. And he was I think I asked Jim about when he interviewed Marco, and he was like, Marco was always very confident and very braggadocious kind of in that way where he kind of he'll say what's on his mind, like he won't hold back. And Jim has stories from like when he interviewed him and all that stuff, and he's that same person.
Nobody talks about his like natural progression. Like he hasn't had like an astronomical rise. Like it's it's not like people are going like, oh, why is Marco so good right now?
Right.
He has had a very steady progression where his times have dropped and dropped and dropped, where it's obvious why he's doing what he's doing. You get some of those athletes where they have like big precipitous drops, and it's like, oh, okay, when did that happen? But it's easy to see how Marco has had that steady line going down.
Strava is a great follow, man. He puts in.
You
work.
love his Strava. You are addicted to that man. You mention his Strava every chance you get
because
we are not sponsored by Strava.
He's just so brutally honest, and he just puts it all out there. Like he doesn't hide behind anything. He's great, and I mean he puts in the work, man. Does he do the work?
The following. I think this is something that I think is important, because some people are like, oh well, he's a little too confident in himself. Like most track and field,
more of it.
The thing is,
I love what's going on between Josh Kerr, Cole Hocker, Kerr doing that back, and then don't want to stray at Jakob Ingebrigtsen out of nowhere. Like I love all of it, and the fact that Kung Fu Kenny and Noah truly don't like each other,
Mhm.
but will still come together when the red, white, and blue is on to do that 4x1. Like,
So
that's a great story. They hate each other, but they have to
Alex,
work together. It's great.
Alex,
Now you got
you
Jordan Anthony and Noah Jordan Anthony and Noah
I
Lyles going
love
at
all
it.
of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
We had Steve Williams on.
Yeah.
Steve Williams said all he did was talk mess. Like,
Alex,
and I love all that. Like, we
so-
need more of
Yeah.
it.
Dude, that interview
Alex.
with Jordan and Noah was
And
hilarious.
Noah's gold.
That's hilarious.
Gold.
When like
Great.
Noah's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you an outdoor. Don't worry, I'm gonna see you.
Yeah.
there.
Shining the
You
belt.
Hey, one thing Noah says, and he's held to it, nobody beats him twice. You
Yeah.
can beat me once, you
Yeah.
only beat me twice. And I haven't
Yeah.
seen anyone who's beaten. I don't know if there's someone out there, if anyone's truly beaten Noah Lyles twice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
Alex,
especially in the
question
100.
for you.
Yeah,
Dave, what you got?
you weren't a fan of the sub 4 with Faith Kipyegon.
No, it's useless.
Well, Josh Kerr's doing the same thing, trying to
at
break
a
the world
meet.
record.
At a meet. He's doing it
You
at the Diamond
still
League meet.
haven't, but
You didn't like. Oh,
but
you
it's a
didn't like.
meet.
You didn't like
special
the
speed
Faith had
suit.
the Pacers
Oh, no.
and all
Faith
that.
Kipyegon, it wouldn't have counted. If she
Okay.
did it, it would have been fake. because she had men
Pacing
leading
her,
her,
yeah,
breaking
yeah,
that win the whole time in perfect conditions, a speed suit.
Yeah, but
and
he
like,
is
here's the
too.
thing,
They're
I don't
working
mind
on
the
him.
technology. If you want to use the tech, as long as it's within the legal limits of what World Athletics is going to ratify, but he's doing it in a race. He's getting pacers for a race. I think Faith's, they had two women in there that were capable of Faith's in pacing her for certain levels, and all they did was jog behind her. Okay. Like Faith Kipyegon's spectacle, number one, she was 7 seconds away and was never going to get it.
Mhm.
Anyone that knows anything about track knows that if she did,
was
she
a
would
big
need to
jump.
be tested immediately. Number one. Number two, to me, if you're a woman and you are going to let men lead you through when they are just kind of trotting and creating a brick wall, there's nothing for that for me. You know what makes it better? If she would have let Georgia and Keely and whoever actually pace her through at least 800,
Okay.
maybe push Georgia to be like, hey, can you get me through 12? Sure. I think Georgia can get her
Okay.
through 12 and 4-minute
Actually,
pace,
I
and then
like,
let her go.
I hear the argument there. I like.
It's not real to me.
but
How are you a
sounds
woman and have
lot-
pride?
okay.
As a
Yeah.
female, I would not be able to have pride knowing that a bunch of dudes created a brick wall for me. I'm sorry.
I understand it from the perspective of where it's like, okay, like if you get like a bunch of like, you can find easily a group of, well, not easily, but like you can find obviously many professional runners who can go obviously sub 4 and
Find a bunch of high schoolers that could have done for her and paced her right now. Okay.
yeah, like there's, sub 4 nowadays is like, it's,
And this isn't mean to
it's
Faith.
easy
I think
for-
Faith Kipyegon is easily the greatest female middle distance runner in the history of the sport. It's not
No
close.
doubt. It's not even close.
But
yeah.
But if you're going to sit there and go for that attempt, God, at least be at 4:03 before you try. Like 3 seconds is a lifetime in the mile.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
7 to 4 minutes,
yeah.
like, that's not possible.
but
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Kerr is about 4 seconds off.
Yes, 4 seconds is different than 7. Huge difference.
lot.
It's still a long way.
Still a long way. 4
is-
seconds is a long way.
Is Josh Kerr going to get it? Probably not.
I was all for it for Faith. I'm all for it for Josh. Let's go.
What
man.
I dislike the most about the Faith thing, and this isn't
Yeah.
a show to go off.
I
what
knew that
I
this would
dislike
happen.
the
As soon
most
as I brought
about
it
it.
up, I knew.
I'm sorry, but then we'll go back to talking. But what I dislike the most about the Faith thing is all of the people doing commentary lying straight to our faces. I think she's going to get it. No, none of you did. Not a single one of you who knows track and field thought Faith Kipyegon was going to come anywhere near that record.
I thought
Like,
you ran about 4:03.
I
Yeah.
thought she was going to run a
I thought she would
4:05.
run.
I
thought she was going to run about
like
403.
401 probably.
I thought she was going to run about I thought she was going to run about 403, like Dave said, and I did. I thought it was going to be a lot better.
I know how to get
thought it was gonna
my
be a lot better.
partner hyped up. Bring up sub 4 attempt.
Because the thing is, the best way
There's
to
a
make
few other
people
things, too,
stop
that-
watching track and field
go.
is to do spectacles like that. Like at
Okay.
least Josh Kerr is doing it at the premier event
Yeah.
for the
Diamond
sport in the Diamond League.
Yeah.
He's doing it in a sanctioned race where
Mhm.
pacers are there anyway. So it's not, and he's gonna have the lights, which are stupid. He's not gonna pay
love the
attention to them,
lights.
but he's gonna have them.
Love
And
the
he's
lights.
gonna have pacers doing it. Like,
but
it's
is it
gonna
also
be-
just kind of similar where it's going to be perfect conditions? Kind of
Sure.
similar to
Yeah.
what Faith had,
100%.
though?
Speed suit.
Yes,
blocking
it
the wind,
is. But my
100%.
thing is, it's not
the
going to be
same
10 of them
damn
around
thing.
him. Like the thing is, dude, who else can go? Unless
How great
okay,
would it be? Now. How great would it be if he had women pacing him?
for what, the first 10 feet? I'm sorry to be mean, but it's like, come on now.
You didn't like her for having men.
You're gonna get me canceled, Dave. Like, you're never gonna be able to have a coach. No women's gonna come on this show again. But still, but it's like, listen, Here's the thing.
I
The difference with that is, he can have, there's a few guys in the world right now that at least are going to be able to run with him, right? Like if Yared, if Cole's in that race, if Jakob's healthy enough, like, and I don't think Jakob's going to be healthy for that race, but he's going to have guys, what'd you say?
Cam Myers.
Like there's guys that are going to be able to go up there that are going to be able to run with him, right? Like, I don't know if, I think Yared Naguse to me is the only other one with enough natural skill. I see Yared Naguse just so naturally talented in the mile. I know Cole is amazing, but I think Yared just looks effortless when he does it.
Yeah.
I think him and Josh, I think it would be those two if Yared's in that race. And it honestly, either of them could get it if it's at that point. But I mean, listen, that's my thing. I love Faith. I think Faith is an amazing athlete. I think if there would have been go sub 405, we could have had a conversation. The sub 4 to me was, and especially again, it was not even a sanctioned race. Like there was so much to me that looked at it going, if I'm a common person, I know nothing about track. I'm going to go, what is this? What are we doing?
That's true.
I mean, listen, running 406 didn't bring anybody who watched it for the first time. Like she wasn't even close. So like I can see how that was. So Alex, I believe we have a college announcement.
Yes, we do. We want to give a quick shout out. Hi, I'm going to let you give this one because it's your alma mater, baby.
It is. Listen, congratulations to Crew Brown over at Manalapan High School, senior.
Announced just earlier today.
Yeah, we came on. Going to staying local, going to the big RU, my alma mater. I'm so pumped for him. Congratulations to Coach Prendergast, Coach Big Bob Andrews over there.
Coach Farrell's building over there. Love it.
And listen, Rutgers is starting to get some distance guys. They're getting some sprinters. They are putting themselves on the map.
Yeah,
so,
they're getting also Jay.
It's okay to stay home, kids. It's okay to stay home. No, but I mean, Crew, what do you run? 47 point this indoor second.
47.5, yeah.
47.5, yeah.
Second meet champions. I mean, he brought them back at the Millrose Games trials with a monster leg to bring them to that title. I mean, absolute stud. I still think he's going to even excel even more at the next level. So congrats, Crew. Congrats, Manalapan, and just congrats.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's going to a Rutgers team, which I think scored the most points in their Big Ten history this year.
That they've ever scored. Yep.
I think
on the rise.
The most they've ever scored. So
because they're recruiting Jersey talent.
Yeah, they were
Jersey talent on that team.
They have a lot of Jersey talent on that team.
You want to be competitive in any sport in college, you just stay home and recruit New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. If you recruit those three, you will be competitive in every single sport around the country.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The tri-state is ridiculously talented.
I mean, Crew works super, super hard, and it's just awesome.
Love it
to see him make this choice. I mean, obviously, I'm Rutgers guy.
Coach Georgia saying congrats to Crew Brown, total stud. Coach Georgia, there's a reason you're fantastic. Always rooting for everyone, and that's but you know what though. This thing, Coach Georgia, I'm not even like hyping it up. You know, Coach Georgia is a legitimate fan of the sport, and even though he's a competitive coach against a lot of these athletes, and I know he would love to have a ton of these athletes on CBA. Anytime New Jersey talent is doing something great, or is doing something great, or is like going somewhere doing something, he's the first one to cheerlead for him too. So Coach Georgia is awesome.
We also got Mama Stevens checking in.
Mama Stevens checking in. You just got rid of your student there. I was just going to give a shout out to your student, Dave.
Okay.
Corey YVR saying Dave is my teacher.
Hey Corey, how are you?
Got to give love to your student. He's watching.
Go to bed, Corey. It's late. It's past 10 o'clock.
Corey, stay up and finish the show. We need the views. No.
I'm surprised you don't have more of your kids on coming on the show and
I do sometimes, and they could be annoing. But
that guy won.
No, she's not. Corey's fantastic.
Just that guy 192 saying great chemistry between you guys. Thank you. We worked hard at it. And Dave is so much better at this than I am. And then again, Mama Stevens coming in with the claps. We appreciate you.
This is the number one podcast for track and field, guys.
There we go.
And I'm not just saying because I'm on it right now.
He said I'm not biased.
We're gonna invite you guys back every week. No. You guys are so nice. All right, so let's jump into outdoor now. We are just getting started. A few meets have gone on. A lot of athletes are taking a little bit of time because legs are tired. So this is kind of the nice time to see where some of the underclassmen are. Some of the individuals maybe could start running fast that you didn't expect it. So Corey, I'm going to jump with you because now you're about to sink your teeth back in, baby. I know you're excited.
Oh, I've been around chlorine the past 3 months. Though.
He's back on the beat, man. He's back on it.
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to for outdoor? What are some keys or athletes to watch out for?
I'm gonna give a shout out also and I posted this on my Instagram earlier, but Brady Shine just drew, I think, in his first meet like a US number 13 mark of
Whew.
198.
And it was not good weather this weekend
Yeah.
whatsoever.
So just shout out to him because for him to start the season, it's not even April yet, and he drew
Yeah,
that.
that's insane.
That's an insane mark.
And to put that
That's
in
my height, by
reference,
the way.
that number 13 number is big because I joked about Cali, but Cali's been doing outdoor for about a month now.
Mhm.
Georgia and Florida start early, right? They do their meets like all the warm states. Texas has been going on. So that's like early season for the Northeast. Those numbers are not a joke. There's been places that have been actually going at it for a little while now.
Yeah.
So
Javelin?
that's a legitimate number.
Exactly.
Because now we're talking an event that is not participated on the indoor circuit.
Exactly.
So, like
exactly.
it's something new. So like, I mean, they have indoor jabs, but most kids were not out there throwing jab with, 12 inches of snow on the ground.
There's some indoor facilities that they go to they can throw, but it's hard. It's tough. So just shout out to him. But yeah, I mean, there's just like I think for me, like one, I'm really excited to see what Hacksack does as a team this year. I think they're going to probably be, we're obviously our top 20 will be coming out, ranking the top teams in the state. They'll probably be up there as far as just like what they do, not only with Seven, not only with Michael, but also just, Dustin and Devin, those guys in the 4x4x4, Jaden, those are some of the best 400-meter runners in the state, and they have I think all four of them are well under 49. It's just with what they can do. So
which is ridiculous in high school. Like, come on now, like well under 49. Like that is you're now looking at national competitiveness with that. Like that's like. And that's got to be fun too as a coach. And we've had the privilege of having obviously Coach McCafferty on. We had Coach Tefelsky on with like West, what they were doing over there at Westfield. And it's got to be fun when you have that special group, right? And it's like not going to take Jersey for granted, but we're looking to go win a national title. Like that's a ton of fun.
Yeah, and all the people, Bolus obviously, and Quincy and Cameron Homer. And those guys, but Thomas River North did it last year. They gave Bulls a good challenge in New Balance Nationals, and I think Hacksack will probably be up there too. I mean, I think they got all American honors in indoor, so it'll be great to see. I'm just really excited to kind of see also just some of the distance squads too. I mean, like Luke, he was 8th in the 2 mile at New Balance indoor. I think he's gonna have a really big season.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna just continue on with what kind of Joe Barrett, a good friend of his, did last year, and in the 16 and 2 in the 2 mile and whatnot, and he's going to be phenomenal. There are just so many great guys though. I'm just across the state, especially on the track this year, where I think it's going to be especially notable. You're going to see a lot of speed. You're going to see guys like Javon Legister kind of make their mark. Jamel Wilmot from North Brunswick, he had a huge surprise win in the 55-meter dash at Indoor Media Champions. And he ran well in New Balance as well. So I think the speed, you're going to see a lot of race numbers, especially from the sprinters.
Real quick with that note, Corey, we always have, especially in the sprints, a lot of individuals that did other sports in the winter. You have a lot of basketball players that come in and start to come sprint and jump. Mm-hmm. You have, athletes that are doing different things in indoor. Some wrestlers come in and do some stuff. What athletes are you looking that maybe didn't compete indoor that are coming in outdoor, if you have any, that maybe can break into those marks? Because you always have those that it's like, we have these meet champions and stuff, and some of them are going to come in and wipe the floor, right? But then you're looking at it going, but the meet champion from last year is a basketball player. So here he comes back. Like, so what do we have?
Winslow has a lot of guys, has some kids who aren't really heavily invested in indoor. That they'll be kind of coming out, and you'll see how to see him out there. But I want to bring up, Xavier Sab. He is a 5-star football recruit from Glassboro. Mm-hmm. He actually is the number 1 ranked athlete, for 27. He did outdoor last year. He ran, I think, 10.6, and he was like sub 22 and also the 200 dash as well. But that kid, he has some serious speed on the football field.
Are we going to get a No-Sean type of thing where No-Sean Moreno was one of the top sprinters in the state, but then Georgia was like, no.
Yeah,
Sorry, you're
yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
You're coming early. You got to come to camp because I
Yeah.
remember Noshawn was racing when I was in high school, and we had one of our top guys, Andrew Dunbar from Manchester, and it was for a little while. Noshawn and Andrew were going to battle. People forget Noshawn was a like 10-5 guy. He was fast,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
once he committed to Georgia, Georgia was like, "Yeah, you're not even finishing high school, bro. Get over here. Like camp is starting."
A lot
Like
of
he
schools
left
do
early.
really unfortunate. A lot of schools do not let, especially on the football side, they won't do track because honestly, like it just makes you a better athlete.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It makes you. It keeps those legs fresh. It keeps those really makes you fast on the football field. But and again, it translates. Football. On the football field, if you're
Absolutely.
you obviously working
Football
out
and track are a perfect marriage.
I do
Perfect.
think it depends though, right? Because if you're a 10-5 guy and I'm Georgia or one of them, yeah, you ain't going on the track. You run 10-5, right? But if you're 10-1, 10-2, okay, then maybe you can go run track for us as well because it's different. I get it from the end because the thing is too, when you get to those bigger schools, and Dave, we talk about the roster limits, right? Georgia's not taking a 10-5 guy from the football team. They don't care about that. They want their own recruit at 10-3, 10-4, or a 10-5 guy that's going to be dedicated, right?
Yeah.
If you have Rocket Ishmael, like, yeah, okay, he's running a 10-2 in high school. He's going to be sub-9 for me or whatever, or sub
Nick Harbor.
and
I'm surprised they let Nick Harbor run as much as
He is
he
a-
did.
Oh, Robert Griffin III too, RG3 over at Baylor. He
Yeah.
doubled. He was an All-American hurdler. So
Yeah.
I think it needs to be a certain caliber of athlete. Like they need to be very close to being on that Olympic elite level in high
Yeah.
school or getting to that level where 10-5 is a great mark for high school, but you got to get there and be, if you're a football player, there's levels.
Yeah, I mean, even for Jonathan Taylor, I mean, like, from Salem, I remember I believe he was a media champions winner and whatnot. But like, I remember when he went to Wisconsin, like there was talk of, okay, can he do track? He didn't end up doing it and all that stuff. And I mean, I don't know if he was, if it was like he couldn't do it or whatnot. But I feel like, again, like he could have easily done two sports. I mean, again, I think he was like a sub 10-6 guy in the 100 dash. But like you said, kind of Alex, like he wasn't at like that like super elite level and everything. And obviously now he's doing things with the Colts and he's one of the best players.
He's the best running back.
Yeah.
Christian
I think he made the right choice.
Yeah.
I
think he made the right choice.
But I remember because I remember having to go see him at a meet, and all that stuff, and just being in awe. Because again, at that time I was in high school, like 2017. So it's but Xavier Stout, guys. I would say like keep your tabs on him.
When you see a pro in real life in high school, when you know that it's so weird. Like, again, I saw Noshawn Moreno in person. I saw Donald Brown play football. And it's like, there's a difference it's like grown men as opposed to little boys, right? Like when you see them there, it's like, they're a pro. Like you could tell like they're a pro, even in another sport. But like, again, you probably see Quincy when he's just their presence, right? Their confidence. Like you could tell like that's a pro athlete. If not now, future. It's so rare, but it's fun to see.
Sure. Yeah.
100%.
So Bakari, we're gonna switch to you. Who do you have? As what are we looking out for outdoor, and do we have anyone that you're seeing breakout wise?
Yeah, I like Corey said, I have a couple. I think, speaking of North Brunswick's Tyler O'Gara, I think he's poised for a big season, coming back after what he did early indoor and then not getting the chance to compete in the postseason. I also have a big name in the 110 hurdles, and that's Essien Plummer. I know Dave's quite familiar with him, I know he's quite familiar with him.
He's rising the ranks.
He's
rising the ranks.
He's been
and
I remember talking to him at indoor at Group 2 championships, and he thought that Meet of Champions title was in the 55 hurdles was his. So for him to lose it to North Brunswick's Michael Perry, I'm sure there's a chip on his shoulder. Like I said, another junior, another guy who has another year to really compete and show his strength, but he already enters the season as the number one runner in the 110 with he got 1395, I believe.
And I think with his size, I think that only helps him.
Oh yeah,
for the 110s.
Exactly.
I feel like the 55 he doesn't quite get going yet because he's got he's just so tall that I think going that extra.
I think he's
doubling it will definitely be a benefit for him.
Yeah, and even watching that meet from Meet of Champions, like you could see, like Easton didn't get off to the best start. Michael Perry did though.
Did
And you
yeah.
can see Easton was closing that gap, like as the race was kind of going on. And
I didn't even. I was only watching my kid who was in the
Oh,
finals.
Achilles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Achilles. Yeah,
I didn't even notice what was happening.
And congrats on him to what he did at Nike.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, he won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, Achilles is going to be
awesome.
he's going to be up there. I think he'll be right up there for
He's
the
finally healthy, so it's good, and the kid works super hard.
And can we talk about an awesome name? Achilles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that is like one. Like there are some
We just
cool
call him
names out
Ace.
there.
Ace is his name.
I know, but man, I don't know. If my name was Achilles, like I would just be.
Dave, I will say,
like, what is up with dudes with cool A names like Adonis Bailey in basketball calling Ace? Like, I get it, Ace is a cool nickname, but if you have an awesome name like that, like man, that is all you are calling me. Like
Achilles.
that sounds like royalty.
yeah, Dave, I will say if I do interview him at some point this year, I will be featuring kind of his first name. Like my first question is like, how's his first name?
All I'd have is like Achilles, like the Roman symbol tattooed somewhere on me. Like that's an awesome name.
or
Awesome
a
name.
picture of a Brad Pitt tattooed on it because he played in the movie Troy.
I am never getting another grown man tattooed on me.
I'm too scared.
Ace is just one of the most humble. He's just a phenomenal kid, and coming back from his injury last year where he fractured his hip, he's awesome. He's just a great kid.
Oh yeah,
you always love to see that too, especially like, and and I always marvel and in awe at the people that can come back from injuries because after my injury, I sucked. So it's like I got my surgery and I was terrible. So I am always in awe at seeing people that can come back from really hard injuries and the patience to trust that process, right? And I think that's where like I was incredibly impatient, but these kids are so much more patient now that they see the long game now, a lot of them, and they come back and they're healthier than ever. So so that was your one. You said you have more, Bakar?
So yeah, that I also think that like Corey said, Luke is poised for a huge season. But one that I think a lot of people aren't talking about as much. Notre Dame's Aldrich Crawford. He returns leading the state in the 400 hurdles, and that's an event that we don't get to see indoors. So if we really won't know,
that would be a fun indoor.
Could you imagine 400 hurdles indoor? Oh, geez.
How would they do it? How would they do it on the banks?
That would be somebody would. Imagine hurdling.
Maybe you just
bank.
have to run the banks. You only hurdle the straight.
Would get hurt. Well,
you probably do it at the bubble.
Well, I mean, you would put like
indoor steeple.
You put like 2 hurdles on each straight. So instead of it being 10 hurdles, you get 8 hurdles.
Okay.
My only concern is in the bubble, people just.
I don't think it doesn't work like hurdles would like be intersecting. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, and people also do not watch where they're going in the bubble. Like as an athlete who was in the bubble, people just walk in the middle, and and because it's indoor, it's condensed. Not only how outdoor work, there's a lot of space.
Oh yeah,
it wouldn't work.
Be a mess.
It would be crazy.
How about 200 hurdles though? 200 hurdles.
Dave, what we should do, we should start our own league and we should do like a distance event like speed skating where they have to like cross at some point. Like there's like a crossing zone and it's like you can only stay in 2 halves and you got to run. They start off and then they cross. Like that would be ridiculous.
We're getting off the rails now.
I have the dumbest ideas of all time. But anyway, so Bakari, keep going with your actual journalism and I'll just keep doing it.
But yeah, like I was saying about Aldrich Crawford, I think he's a very versatile athlete, 400 hurdles. I know he does the long jump as well, but I think he could surprise a lot of people in that 400 hurdles. Like I said, it's an event we don't see indoors, so we won't really know who's shaping up to, lead the way in that until they really start to get into the heat of the spring. But I think he's one to watch. Notre Dame's a very strong team in the CVC. They did really well this indoor season. They won the CVC title in this indoor season. Yeah. So, watch out for him to do something big in that 400 hurdles. I think that's also an event that's kind of wide open right now. There's not really a clear cut favorite right now. So
we graduated.
That'll be interesting.
So guys, let's get to it quick. What are we expecting at the Penn Relays this year? Like who from Jersey do you think's going to go? Obviously, huge meet. Everyone's ready. I don't know how some of these coaches do it. Like how they come out of indoor and how they're.
And then it comes up so fast.
But all those kids are still ready to go at the end of the year. I mean, these coaches in this state
April
just
starts
living.
April starts like this week, and we have about 20 some days before Penn relays.
Yeah, it's like April 23rd, 24th.
That's insane. Like,
That's
so what, like, who's going DMR? Who do you think will be some of the individuals? Because I don't think any of the lists are even out yet. Boys side, girls side. Obviously, you got to figure CBA, Union Catholic will be favorites. In whatever events that they do. I would imagine CBA probably goes DMR.
CBA probably goes DMR. I mean, Coach Torsia, we have him in the comments right here. So why don't we just ask Coach Torsia right now?
You want to give us any hints? Any hints?
He ain't telling us. Come on.
Well, what's funny is we've done that, and Coach Torsia has chimed in and just been like, "We might do this, we might do that." It's like, thanks, Coach. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for not giving us a scoop.
It would be cool.
I don't blame him one bit.
After the last,
I mean, because I think as of a couple years ago, you can't do both. When I was in high school, you could do 4x8, you could do DMR. Like as long as you qualify. Now they don't let the same, which I think is dumb. Especially,
I know. Ben Shu last year was saying how he wanted to do disc and shot, and they only let him do one, so he chose disc.
But it's funny because Toms River North actually had multiple kids go from because Toms River North made it to the 4x4 C of A.
But
in America,
you could do 4x4, 4x8, 4x1.
Yeah,
you can't do 4x8 DMR.
Yeah.
I
don't think silly, though.
But there are teams out there like a couple years ago with like Westfield. They could have put 4 different guys in both of them and probably scored in both. And I'm sure CBA too. Has the ability where they could have a chance. So I don't know. Plus that they're on different days. Listen, if the kids are up to it, but I guess maybe they've had too many times where it hasn't worked out for them that they're like, we're not doing this anymore. I don't know.
Any individual champions or anything like that you'd be able to think of?
I think Blair will probably defend her title.
Who would?
Blair in the I believe 3K. 3K. Yeah, I think she'll defend her title in the 3K.
I think
it's interesting because we have a few.
Maybe we'll see Leah versus Blair there. Maybe
that could be one.
And if you're Paige Shepard, do you go? I'm going to jump relays, in 10 relays. It's early in the year. Again, she's all the relays, but
I was about to say, I don't think
mix into
they're going to win Championship America. She's going all relays, and you know what? She should go all relays.
She's so important to the relays. I doubt Coach McCabe even like.
She loves doing the relays.
DMR,
win them. Win them, have fun.
Listen, but this is me.
Look, Carl Torch.
Coach Torch, CBA will be in the 4x4. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. That 4x4 though is one of the better 4x4s in the state.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
He's just saying.
Everybody goes in the 4x4.
He's just
one. Everybody goes for a 4x4.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. You don't have to.
4x4 is really good.
Listen, they're always good 4x4. They
all right. So, Bakari, do you have any dark horse people on the men or women's side that you could see breaking out and becoming a META Champions champion? Because we talked about Siani, we talked about some of the more popular, the sexy names. Obviously, we're thinking Leah Starkey, 3,200. Really, Allison Lee's going to fight her there, but Paige in the mile. Who do we have men and women's side that you're looking at from what you saw they're doing in indoor? Going, I really think they have a legit shot to be in the mix and win a META Champions championship.
Now, for the women, I'm gonna say Reese Reynolds Malone of Rumson Fairhaven. I mean,
what a gutsy effort! Oh my god,
that was like being there. That was hard. Like Corey said, that was hard.
It's crazy to think that we kind of forgot about her with all the great things going on in cross country and stuff. And it's like
204, 205.
Yeah, it's like we forgot about one of the fastest women in the country.
I did not
keep in mind she had like
in every race that my kids run. I did not forget about Reese Malone.
Unbelievable.
Keep in mind, in that 800 race, she had at that point built up
a sizable,
like a couple 100-meter lead over Natalie Dumas, over like Reagan Moore, over like
now sub 60.
It was.
That was she had you right because how good is Reagan as well? Reagan's an amazing athlete too, former champion as well. So
that's true.
So it's like she did what she had to, and again, another alumni of Talking Nobles.
Natalie Dumas was in that race, so like you have to go.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. Don't have a choice. So
I mean, it was an absolute gutsy race. It was. I was right there at the finish line. I was like, "What a race!" I mean,
but I will say I respected how immediately
Paige, Natalie right afterwards.
Natalie and Paige went up to her and helped her up, checked it on her, and that's kind of going to show like that. Like
awesome.
while it's
camaraderie in the state.
Yeah.
It's super competitive, but it's like these kids
These
care
girls,
about each other,
they actually care about each other. A lot of them
Yep.
I know are friends, like outside of
Tons of them. Yep.
off the track, and
Hate it.
it's
They just
Not in
hate each
high
other.
school. It's good in high school.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
it's that
Bakari-
was on the girl side.
Yeah.
For the boys, that's a little tougher because there's a few. I think there's a kid from Bound Brook. His name's Dawson Jean Baptiste. He's had a really strong couple years in the triple jump, and you don't usually see a Group 1 kid like return as the third best kid in the triple jump. I mean, like, so, being from Group 1 and still putting, I mean, I think he jumps 48 something,
Yeah.
and being from a Group 1 school, you're not gonna get that much recognition going into a MFCs or whatever.
I will say though, one of the greatest speed chance performances I've ever seen is from a one kid, Fred Sharp, man. The greatest.
Okay, yeah.
400 hurdles, mile, and the 8 was unbelievable.
And then I had the pleasure of covering his 2 daughters, and it's just
awesome.
Freddie
You're
Sharp.
right. That was with Clayton. But
so real quick, I got to give a quick shout out. Talking about Willis over here, leaving 2 comments. Cena Parsons geared up for a big season in the triple and long jump, and then also saying Cena Parsons is geared up for a big season triple and long. Kicks off her outdoor season with Carifta Games in Granada. So real quick, talking about Willis and Austin J. Willis over there, where we at? We would love to have Cena on the show. Let's do it. Let's have her coming on.
She is probably, I would say, it's obviously it's a lot of good jumpers. Obviously, her, Morgan, Holly, just talented list. Yeah, it's a great list, but she's up there, and she had a fantastic indoor season.
Fantastic.
And Coach Austin Willis is one of the best. He's one of the best coaches in the jumps in the state. So he's doing a great job with her. So
Coach, come on over too, Coach Willis. What's up? We'd love to listen. We love coaches and we love athletes. Let's go. We'd love to have you on the show. We appreciate you watching, by the way, as well. We absolutely appreciate that. We love having the great coaches.
Yeah, I do want to throw one more name into that.
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it to you, Corey. Who do you got?
Jenna Monaco, from Dumont. So, and I know she obviously had a tough, meet at indoor. She was the favorite to win the pole vault. She ended up coming second in that meet, but like she is a unicorn. Just kind of how I was talking about, just some other athletes earlier. Like she can not only go from the 100, but the 110 hurdles. Like she's done the 200. The pole vault, obviously, she's one of the best in the state. I think she had the state lead in the indoors. She's fantastic, and she can do so many different events. Again, from the who is doing the 100 dash and the 110 hurdles, and also the pole vault at the high level like that. Think about that. Like that is.
I'm looking at former heptathletes and stuff too. Yeah. Like that's the type of person you look at that's like, okay, they're top 5, top 3 in the state and all the time, but they've never really got. Okay, let's go. Now they go to college, and those college coaches see that and go, "You got some range. You could do some field events. Let's just bring you over to here and make you a multi-champion."
Yeah. Like, I think whenever she goes to school, I think she's a senior. Wherever she's going, I think she's immediately going to probably she has to. It's like with that kind of range, I
think we're seeing that a lot more too.
Yeah,
I think we're seeing that a lot more.
I know a guy like Liam Panicate. He's from Demorest. He was a triple jump former long jump state champion. He's doing that heptathlon, I believe, in Virginia. So he's doing the multis there and everything.
I know Pope John has a kid, Seamus Kokorin. He's a sophomore. He's like a pentathlon kid. I mean, where he's and on top of that, he finished top 10 at the Meet of Champs in the pole vault. I mean, he won the non-public B title in the pole vault. So when you have kids like this doing every event in the field, and then they're able to take it on the track too, and then that just helps teams in general. So when teams are able to have one kid scoring God knows how many points, I mean, that's always something you look for,
especially when you get to groups and sections. You get really Davis said it a few times. You get 3 or 4 athletes that are going to score in like multiple events. You can easily take a group meet like that. Like it's the way it's done.
I always say the group meet's not always won by the best team; it's won by the team with the best individuals.
Well, the thing is, I have former.
You could take like a team that wins groups, and they could lose a dual meet to a team that they crush in groups, just because that team has more depth for a dual meet.
Dave, I
Yeah.
actually want to ask you something because I was talking to Glassboro's boys cross country head coach. He also coaches track as well, and
Yeah.
he mentioned that he had proposed something to kind of like the coaches, obviously in South Jersey, and obviously, and there was talks around the NJSIA and all that stuff about like kind of changing changing the format of how groups works, because again, there's been situations where like one kid wins 4 group titles, and that team obviously with 40 points, like you're gonna be in the mix to win a group title with 40 points.
It's happened often, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happened in Group 3. Deptford, I think won it off just. I think it was one kid who got like getting 4 group titles. So, are you in like kind of favor of potentially changing the scoring system? Like, what's your take on it? I would love to hear from like a coach who
I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's different for different groups. Like it's just different for Group 4 than would be for Group 1. But
that's true.
We have to find something that is universal. I don't know. I mean, there's been talk like if you win sectionals, then
Dave's a politician, by the way.
No, I'm not. But
he's not going to give you a straight.
No. What I'm saying is
you don't want to get in trouble with the NJSIA.
Wasn't there one year where like or maybe it's still where you win sectionals, then you can qualify your whole team onto the group?
Oh, cross country, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
maybe something like that where like
I actually agree with that.
Sectional bring your whole team so that you have.
I like that. More depth to score. Yeah, because if you're in a sectional meet and you have one guy winning 4 different titles, and you might win that sectional meet, but then you go to a group meet and
see, the thing is, out. With the way nationals is, it would never work.
It's hard because like different coaches want different things every year.
True.
Yeah. With the way nationals are, would never work. But what they should do is once you get past sections, groups should be all about individuals, meet of champs individuals, and there should be one final team meet where the team comes back and you have all the sectional champions just have a team championship race. Like, so all your non-publics, your groups, all that, do a team championship. It won't work because nobody wants to run extra, and also the nationals are butted up right there. But that would be the best way.
With how people were, I mean, remember probably remember a few years ago how kids were just keeping me the champions. 2022.
Yeah, but because
we complained about that on the show that they were trying to kill the meat.
Yeah,
I didn't blame the athletes. It was all scheduling.
No,
all scheduling.
And shout out to the athletes that participated because you still saw nation's best times at a meet of champions meets, which didn't quote unquote have the best Jersey athletes there, and they showed out even in those meets. So, real quick, Coach Willis, shoot us a direct message on Talking in Ovals on Instagram. Shoot us a DM over there, and we can set up having both Sienna and you on the show, whether together or separate. And also, he gives a shout out over here saying, not my athlete, but Brandon Aleph NVD is having a lot of consistency, and I think he's due for a really big jump. So,
a huge indoor season, and I mean, triple jump meet of champions winner. Like
speaking of Demarest, they have a new coach. Obviously, Coach Mike Tarikoff, he stepped down this past indoor season. On the boys' side, he's one of the state's best coaches. 4 group titles. Several Bergen County titles and all that stuff, and
very respected.
Yeah. So they have a new coach there. I believe it's Roland Gomez. Gamez, I'm mispronouncing his name, I think, but he's Hasbro Heights alumni, and he's doing a good job. He actually coached specifically Brendan Alif, in the triple jump this past indoor season as an assistant, and he was a big reason why Alif was able to do the 48.
Sorry for saying your name wrong. I said it wrong, Alif. I said it wrong. My apologies. So let's move on here. You guys gave us dark horses. I love that. Who are the future national champions coming out of New Jersey now? Because we're talking about state competitive. Obviously, girls get to another level when you get to the nation. And I mean, obviously there's 19 national meets after the now. So it's like, but whether it's, Adidas, New Balance, Nike,
I'd say for outdoor, most people go to New Balance, especially
because Nike has the allure.
Nike's is so fun. Nike's is, but like, the kids who usually
I literally am so passionately. I hate, and I've literally said I've been on the record in my Instagram, on my Twitter about this. I hate the fact that, and there is another national meet. Under Armour is doing a national meet in late May. down in, I believe, in the southeast of like the
Oh
country.
yeah, I forgot they added Under Armour.
There's going to be
There's
four
like four
national now. 4 Under Armour, Adidas, New Balance, and Nike. There's 4 national meets going on, and it's like we do not need these many.
You know, for a poor sport, we're trying to make a lot of money. Like, what's going on here? Like, how are the athletes so poor? We have 3 national meets indoor, 3 outdoor, 3 for cross country, 4 for like.
Oh my god, yeah,
it's crazy. And now you're seeing a lot of like, I know we didn't have too many athletes go out to Nike, but the ones that were like Nike elite athletes, like the NIL program, and you see the ones that are in New Balance, they're gonna go to New Balance.
Here's the thing: USATF, these kids are sponsored now, so that they have to go.
They have to go to a certain one.
USATF and Coach Willis said it correct. I was about to say similar to this. USATF could stop this if they just said, "Hey, we are holding a Scholastic Nationals, a high school Scholastic Nationals. 18 is the limit.
If you
come here,
but they do junior. They do Junior Olympics.
There used to be. But
it should have
real nationals. Well, the other problem with Junior Olympics, there's a lot of collegiate freshmen. There's a lot of collegiate freshmen that go to Junior Olympics.
Regional meets too, you know?
So my thing is, USATF could stop this here. We are going to do a Scholastic high school. None of this private crap either. None of this club jersey stuff. Your legitimate high school registers with USATF. And there it is. And here's the thing. It would be under Nike because Nike is USATF's thing. And I know New Balance, Under Armour, Adidas hates that, Hoka, all of them. But Nike would be the sponsor of it. Obviously, kids could bring their own stuff.
But they better get better bags then. They better get better bags.
Well, Nike bags.
Bottom line is,
I was there.
New Balance is always the best.
New Balance bags
every year. It's not even a question.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Listen, the Old Man Walking Shoe Company has really redeveloped themselves over the last 10 years, okay? New Balance has been on the come up. So, Coach Willis, I'm going to give you your idea. He said they need to make New Balance Eastern Regional, Nike Western, USATF hosting national. And you can even split it Under Armour, Adidas South, Under Armour North, right?
Really perfect.
That would be great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that way each shoe company has their own regional meet, and then USATF runs the nationals.
And Coach Will saying it's also World U20 trials this year and runs alongside Nike Nationals. So there's that's the other issue. There's so many mouths to feed. Also, Coach Will's bags of the new participation trophy. Yeah, but at least you can use that past the moment. Like that just doesn't go on a shelf. You use the crap out of that.
Yeah,
but here's the thing
too about this. By the way, they hate the fact that like they have to because again, kids will also want to go to these national meets, and it's a shame that like. You're making kids travel, from Philadelphia, then go all the way to Eugene, sometimes with like same day travel. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like I know some athletes had to do this year with having to travel from, like back from Boston all the way back to the West Coast for Nike. It's like, I guess not the West Coast, but like New York still, it's like 4 hours to have to do that same day. Like, that's a lot.
That's jet lag. And the thing is, what's cool, we used to, and I remember when I was in college, I never went to a nationals, but there was something to it because it was only Nike and New Balance, especially for indoor. And indoor, Nike was the one. You wanted to go to NX, you wanted to go to Nike Nationals. That was
when I was in high school.
Outdoor was New Balance. And there was something cool about if you showed up to college and you had one of your national bags, like that was you knew you were running with the kid that was legit, right? When then I was found out that they were like the alternate on a relay.
Sure. Hey, listen, I was in high school. The big meet was Golden West out in California.
But you ran on Cinders.
Wanted to go I know it was old. I'm old, but like everybody wanted to go out to the Golden West meet. That was like the biggest meet. I remember like watching Michael Stember out there running like 406. Like it was a great meet. Like we had a kid from my high school go out there, Charles Hester. Like it was just cool.
So here's a better question, actually. Go ahead, Corey.
All right, my bad, Alex. What was the national meet like? Like what was the national meet called back then? Like back when you were running?
It was down in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't know who actually sponsored it. It was just like there was
New Balance Nationals for me and Nike Indoor. It was Nike Indoor. Well, New Balance had one indoor, but Nike was the big one.
But
that's the thing. You went to Nike.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah. You went. New Balance was there, but you went to Nike, and then for outdoor, New Balance was it. And Nike hadn't been a thing yet. It was all New Balance. They were solo, and that was the big thing. Yeah. It's like Foot Lockers was an XC. Nothing messing with Foot Lockers.
Yeah.
Here's a real question. Corey, I'm going to throw this one to you. Yeah. Does Natalie Dumas go for the quad? does she go to try and race at every national meet and win a championship? Because what else can the girl do right now besides
So
stand there and just go win a different event at every national?
so I'll be honest, and kind of kind of even go talk before the national. I don't think she's going to go after that quad again and be the champions. I'm not sure if she's actually going to try to pull
Well,
that
I
off.
mean the quad for nationals.
A quad for
I mean
national.
travel to
I
every
think-
national race and win a
yeah,
meet
like,
and
I
win a
think-
national championship at every one.
I think it's because like she at that point again, like she already got the crazy triple. It's like at this point, it's like I don't even think like she like for one because also she's also going to the U20 championships as well. Like she's preparing for that. So it's like if she were to do that, burn herself out for U20s, like I think that would be a big risk that I don't think she's willing to probably take. I mean, again, I mean, obviously we'll see what happens, but like and again, listen, I don't know if she could do it, but it's like, does she want to be like at her freshest? Like with the most amount of like energy and health going into like.
And also, like how is her injury doing? I mean, she was banged up.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, to my knowledge, she
I mean, she was banged up the whole winter season and still won the Adidas Nationals.
Yeah. And I remember she actually pulled out of the 800.
The champs,
yeah. And midway through, and like I remember I asked her, I was like, "Hey,
burnt out."
Yeah, she just was like, I don't want to like. And she's smart. Like she didn't want to go out there and like burn herself out. For Adidas, and it was smart because again, she ended up winning Adidas. So it's like. That I think she's going to be smart about kind of, and again, if she feels like at that point in the season that she's fresh enough, maybe she'll do the quad at the national meets and all that stuff. But I think she's focusing on U20s. I think that's probably the biggest focus for her.
Then we can call it the Pentagon if she wins the U20s too. She'd be the first ever to do the pent and not the multi-pent. See, now I'm thinking of stuff here.
Listen, she's a pro at this point. Like at this point, she's a pro. She
just
runs,
imagine what she could do when she focuses, right? What she could do when she focuses on a race. Like, what could she be? Right now, she's just like, I'm better than everyone at everything. So why not? So Coach Wells got a few comments here. We appreciate that. We were crazy enough to try it. Sienna did both and made All-American at both in less than 24 hours. Rough. We went for it.
For Nike and New Balance.
Vice versa. I'm not sure.
Golden West was the truth.
It was.
And he's talking about the national meets. It was one national meet, and then summer was huge to make the USATF Junior Olympics. Yep. And Coach Willis also saying about Natalie, I don't think she does. We already saw the wear and tear on her body this year. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
and
again,
just think about the travel. Just think about the travel for that would require.
And there also comes a point too with as a coach, you have to sit there and look at your athlete and stop them from self-destructing themselves, right? Like you let her go for it last year. Now, listen, you're Natalie Dumas. You are about to go be a collegiate level champion level person your freshman year, right? Why should we just go win some races, win a nationals, dominate there, get ready to go to Arkansas? And, she's going to come in and be one of the best runners in the country already. So we got to give her
this year. I think that she's that good.
Yeah,
like I think she's going to where they can win national championships in their first.
What does she focus on though? Because if she goes in the 8, right, she's going to right away be a woman that's running 159 right away. Like she's going to do that no problem.
And flat and a New Balance last year, so 159 is.
Are we going to see a collegiate athlete with her going like 157, 156, like running these pro times? And is she going to waste her time if she's that fast? Like, you know what I mean? It's like not a knock at Arkansas, but we see once you get to that point, it's like, all right, pros are calling. I'm going.
Yeah.
So we got a little derailed there. So I'll represent the question real quick. No, it's good. I like it. I like the rants.
Yeah.
So, Corey, because you're passionate about it, Bakari, we'll come back to you. You're going to be our finale with this. Who's our national champion from New Jersey? Do we have any?
We're probably going to have a lot, probably say more on the girls side. Absolutely. I think Paige will probably, if she decides to go after the 1600, she'll probably defend her title, or she could go off the 800 too. She ran it at Brooks and won there. So, she'll probably, I envision if she goes after the 800 or 1600, she'll win that at really either national meet, either Nike or New Balance, assuming she goes to New Balance. Leah Starkey in the 2 mile. If my dream would be if we could see both her and Blair go at it.
Does Blair run a 5K instead of nationals though? Because that's the thing. You got to think Natalie Dudek is going to go in the 5K. You might get a retread of the nationals for XC, right? With Dudek and Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So do we see, because you see a lot of these girls that are going to be 10K, 5K girls in college go right away in these national meets, go run a 5K and blitz it. Are we going to see Blair bump up to that and
Get
start that
indoors.
and get a rematch in terms of the 5K with her and Dudek and stuff like that? Because that's been her.
I
The
could definitely
thing
see it
on her back
happening.
is not being able to beat Dudek.
Yes. Yeah. And I know she was, I know like they're upset, a little bit upset, obviously not being able to get it done at NXN when that matchup happened. But I also think that like that's a matchup that's been talked about a lot. And I know, and obviously again, the Jersey angle too, like, you know, it's two New Jersey distance runners, two of the greatest to ever do it going at it.
Sophomores.
You also have
That's so
a
insane.
girl who ran what a 9:37 and a 4:35 at a New Balance this indoor. I mean,
Yeah, what was her name?
girl
She
was-
came out there and blitzed it too.
she ran
Yeah, I forget that young lady's name, but
Dropped
yeah,
some
she came
crazy
out there.
times.
She set the record for both. I think.
Oh, was it
She got the
Katie? No, sorry, not Katie. I'm thinking of a different.
She got the mile and 2 mile, I think, record.
Yeah,
I forget her name, but yeah, no,
it
you're
was
right.
like 9:37 and like 4:35. It was
And as I
crazy.
go to look on Instagram, I have Natalie Dumas show up as my first thing. I'm going to go look at Flow Track to see if I can find it. And right there, she shows right up.
Yeah. But I guess going on national like champions, I think Blair and Leah, I would say Blair, I think is a surefire. Whatever event she does, I think if it's against Dudek, it's going to be tough, especially if she goes to like 3K.
Dudek lost at a New Balance though, and she ran slower than Leah did to
That's true.
Yeah. So there's that.
And that was in a loss.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that angle. So it's like, does Blair want to, Blair probably wants some revenge, and she probably, she's a very motivated person. She didn't really focus really on like external things, but I think there is something in her that probably wants to, kind of go after that and kind of be her, especially after kind of losing in the last few times. So
any athlete has that drive, especially at that level.
100%.
So, Bakari, what about you? Do any other different people that you're seeing as national champ? Any from the men's side, right? Because we haven't talked about the men yet. We talked about the ladies. Any from the men that you're seeing?
It's hard.
I was about just echoing what Dave said. Winning on the men's side, man, it's difficult. I think, and I would love to put Seven up there. He's such a good 400 runner, but when you're in a field with Quincy Wilson, I mean, it's hard. But
New Balance though, so he has a possibility.
It is, and the thing is, I talked to talking to Seven. He said showing. I know he just finished 4th at indoors, and he was saying that running with those guys showed him that he has the confidence to run with them, and he wants to break that state record. He wants to go, 46, 45, and if he can do that, I mean, that would be a race. That would be such a race.
Yeah.
Would we be surprised though if we see Quincy run a 43 in outdoor this year, 43?
No.
Would that really surprise anybody? Gearing up to, because the thing is, I think I said to Dave, like, right now, Cooper Lukenhouse is the best high school runner in the country right now. He eclipsed
history.
But if Quincy gets
runner in the world, right? I think
in the world, if Quincy wins a national title as a pro, because how deep the 400 is in America, you're competing with Cooper. Like that, him and Cooper are 1A, 1B, because there's a difference between the depth and level of the 800 versus the 400 in America. The 800's coming along. The 141s are amazing, but the consistency of the 400. Like, you got to be a 44 mid guy to sniff a championship.
I just think running a 142 at 16 is
that's ridiculous.
It is. It's stupid.
Course.
It really is.
And then winning worlds is
indoors. No, it's dumb.
Winning worlds, it's crazy.
But so again, I'm putting you back on the spot, Bakari. Do you have anyone that's a national champion from Jersey potentially on the men's side?
So I would also say I could see Luke Nat doing it. I mean, after what he did, in the 32 indoors, he has a chip on his shoulder too, because he had so many 2nd and 3rd place finishes and runner-up finishes, and we've seen him this year. He took cross country meet of champs. He took indoor meet of champs. Will he take outdoor meet of champs? I mean, that's still up for debate. I think he's
going to have
right now the favorite.
His tail though this year, I think.
And so that sets him up really nicely. And like this is a kid who is very capable of running national meets. He's ran in big meets before. I don't think running on that stage will phase him. I think we can see a really big performance from him. So those are the two main ones I see really competing on the men's side.
I think relays though We have a
relay. Well, relay that 4x4.
I wasn't talking about relays. I was talking about individuals because relays. Listen, we are always strong in New Jersey in the relays. We put together our depth
because we care.
Showing.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to throw
there
out
are some people who want to take relays away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out 2 more names for you guys to look out for. Jasmine Jackson from Winslow.
That's another
I think will be up there. She was second, I believe, in the hurdles, in the short hurdles at New Balance. And she was also an All-American too as a freshman. She was, again, I think she's going to be really competitive, especially in the short hurdles in the spring. So she'll be up there.
She's starting to get on that Taylor Cox level. Like
she's starting to get on that level. Jasmine Jackson is one of the best in the nation, hands down. And overall track athletes too. I think she's very underrated. I think she's going to be you'll start to see her name kind of pop up there on those national rankings more and more now. I would say her, also Landon Cruz, the javelin thrower. He was second actually at I believe it was New Balance Outdoors. He was second in the javelin, right behind actually.
I believe, right?
Yeah. Angelos, who won from Highland Park, I believe, won the New Balance javelin title. Landon Cruz he won the Meet of Champions title last spring, second at New Balance last spring. I think he's probably going to be a shoo-in. Again, he's the only person in the state that returns with a 200-foot plus PR. So
yep. All right, I love it. And what I also love, I hate that the show ever has to come to an end, but gentlemen, thank you so much. This is a ton of fun. Always. The knowledge that you drop, it's so funny. Like, we are seeing the next generation Jim Lamberts right here. Like, we are here. We have the Jim Lamberts coming up, and I'm hoping that, and I know you guys are going to be shoo-in, staying around the sport for the next 20, 30 years. We're all going to sit there like Dave and I. Dave has no hair. I'm graying. One day you guys are going to be graying and old like us, and we'll still be doing this damn podcast. So thank you, Corey. Thank you, Bakari, for coming on. I appreciate you both.
Yeah. So much, guys. It's always a pleasure. You guys are, what you guys do for the community, especially New Jersey, where it's such a passionate community. It's nice to have you guys kind of, pushing it forward, kind of bringing people, new faces, not even just Jersey faces, but just people across the sport, together. You had a doctor come on and talk about kind of the science behind,
in athletics. Anyone in athletics we invite on, and it doesn't. And here's the thing too. And I want people,
a guy come on who lays down tracks, and I was absolutely fascinated.
I want people though to if you're watching this and you're not the top guy or top girl in any of your event, still reach out. We're not only looking to have the top athletes on. We just want to have people come on that love the sport, want to talk about their journey, want to talk about their goals, because, some of the most interesting conversations, some of the best coaches are the people that eventually make up that maybe weren't the top ones, but they understand the sport. They love the sport. And hey, maybe one day they might want to be saying where Corey and Bakari are and covering the sport as well. So, Bakari, thank you so much. You have anything real quick? Or Dave, what do you have to say?
We got one more shout out.
Yeah, I saw it.
Coach. Oh, sorry.
We're great. You guys are great. Thank you, but not great enough to come on, huh, Carl? Thank you, Coach George. We appreciate you as always.
Appreciate that, Coach.
Bakari, do you have anything to close out with?
I just want to thank you guys also for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure. And like Corey said, you guys just push the community forward. You push NJ track and field forward. You give a platform to these kids, to the coaches, and just a learning experience. I watch you guys and I learn things about the sport that I still didn't even know I didn't know. So, thank you for that. And always a pleasure to be on. Always.
We try. So whoever, the chat was bumping today, we appreciate that. We appreciate Coach Willis, a new face coming in. Some of the other new faces. Thank you very much. If you could be so nice, whoever's here, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. If you haven't subscribed or followed yet, wherever you're watching from, please do as well. And make sure you go search us out on the socials at Talking in Ovals. We are there everywhere. And make sure that you are also following Bakari on X at Bakari Tice, or on Instagram at Bakari Tice Sports, or you're following Corey on both X and Instagram at Corey Annan 360. and you will make sure you can go find them there. You'll find their coverages, their articles, things like that. And I can't say enough at two of the best up and coming sports journalists.
Yes.
Not only in the state of New Jersey, I think that we're going to see them doing much more. And that'll be the only way I think we will unfortunately lose them, is if they get too damn good.
They're always coming back.
And they go to a
Always
national sports desk, but I know they'll always have Jersey love. So thank you guys, everyone that watched. We appreciate it. We will be back next week with some more fun, as always. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye, y'all.